Life is a journey, my friends. A journey filled with twists and turns, ups and downs, and moments that test our very core. But let me tell you something powerful, something that can change your life if you truly embrace this. Never give in. Those three words hold within them the power to transform your existence, to elevate you from a life of mediocrity to one of greatness. They are the words that have propelled humanity forward since the dawn of time began. The words that have inspired inventors, leaders, and dreamers to push beyond what was thought possible. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself standing at the base of a towering mountain. It seems insurmountable, does not it? The peak is obscured by clouds, the path is treacherous, and every fiber of your being is telling you to turn back, to give up before you even begin. But in that moment, you have a choice. You can listen to that voice of doubt, or you can take that first step forward. That first step, my friends, is the hardest. It is the step that separates the dreamers from the doers, the wishers from the achievers. It is the step that says, I refuse to give in to fear, to doubt, to the limitations others have placed upon me. The world is full of people who will tell you what you cannot do. They all point to your past failures, your current circumstances, your lack of resources or education. They'll say it is impossible. You're not good enough. You do not have what it takes. But let me tell you something. Those people are not the authors of your story. You are. Every single one of us has a unique gift, a spark of divine potential that is waiting to be ignited. Your job, your responsibility to yourself and to the world is to fan that spark into a roaring flame. And that, my friends, requires perseverance. It requires the unwavering commitment to never give in. Think about the great achievements of human history. The Wright brothers did not give in when their first, second, or even their 100th attempt at flight failed. Thomas Edison did not give in after thousands of unsuccessful attempts to create. Martin Luther King Jr. did not give in when faced with seemingly insurmountable opposition to civil rights. Success individuals understood a fundamental truth. Success is not about avoiding failure. It is about persisting in the face of it. It is about getting knocked down 7 times and standing up 8. It is about looking failure in the eye and saying, you have not defeated me. You have only made me stronger. I know what some of you might be thinking, but you do not understand my situation. You do not know how hard things are for me. And you're right, I do not know your specific circumstances. But what I do know is this: within you lies an infinite wellspring of strength, creativity, and resilience. It is there, waiting to be tapped into. Let me share a personal story with you. Years ago, I found myself at a crossroads in my life. I was struggling financially, emotionally, and spiritually. I had dreams of becoming a writer and speaker, of touching people's lives with my words. But everywhere I turned, I faced rejection. Publishers told me my work wasn't marketable. Speaking engagements were few and far between. I was sleeping in my car, scraping by on what little money I could earn. In those dark moments, it would have been easy to give in, to say maybe they're right, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But deep in my heart, I knew that wasn't true. I knew that I had a message to share, a purpose to fulfill. And so I made a decision. I decided that I would never give in to doubt, to fear, to the limitations others tried to place on me. That decision changed everything. It did not make the path easier, but it gave me the strength to keep walking it. I wrote in the early hours of the morning before going to my day job. I spoke to any group that would have me, even if it was just a handful of people in a small room. I poured my heart and soul into every word, every interaction, believing that if I could make a difference in just one person's life, it would all be worth it. And you know what? Slowly but surely, things began to change. One person told another about my work. A small publisher took a chance on my first book. A local radio station invited me for an interview. The road was long and winding, but because I refused to give in, I eventually found myself standing on stages in front of thousands with books touching millions of lives around the world. I share this not to boast, but to illustrate a crucial point. Your dreams are valid. Your aspirations matter. The fire within you is meant to burn brightly, to light the way not just for you, but to make that happen, You must commit to never giving in. What it really means to never give in, it does not mean blindly pursuing a path that's clearly not working. It does not mean ignoring feedback or refusing to adapt. What it means is maintaining an unwavering commitment to your core values, your deepest truths, and your highest aspirations. It means being willing to pivot, to try new approaches, to learn and grow. But through it all, you never lose sight of your ultimate goal. You never compromise your integrity. You never stop believing in the possibility of a better tomorrow. Think of it like water flowing down a mountain. When water encounters an obstacle, a rock, a fallen tree, it does not stop flowing. It finds a way around. It carves new paths. It might take a different route than originally planned, but it never stops moving toward its destination. That, my friends, is what it means to never give in. I want to address something important. Some of you might be thinking, but what if I've already given in? What if I've already abandoned my dreams? To you, I say this: it is never too late to reclaim your power. It is never too late to reignite that spark within you. Every moment is a new beginning. Every breath is an opportunity to recommit to your dreams, to say, from this point forward, I choose to never give in. The past does not define you unless you allow it to. Your future is shaped by the choices you make right now in this very moment. I ask you your choice will you make? Will you choose to stay in your comfort zone, to accept the limitations others have placed upon you? Or will you choose to step into your greatness, to embrace the fullness of who you were meant to be? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You do not need to have it all figured out. You do not need to see the entire path laid out before you. All you need is the courage to take that first step and the commitment to keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles you encounter. Talk about those obstacles for a moment. They're inevitable, you know? If you're pursuing something truly worthwhile, something that stretches you beyond your current capabilities, you will face challenges. You will encounter setbacks. There will be days when giving in seems like the easiest, most tempting option. But here's the truth: obstacles are not there to stop you. They're there to test you, to strengthen you, to prove how badly you want what you say you want. They're the universe's way of asking, how committed are you really? Are you willing to push through discomfort, to face your fears, to keep going when everything seems to be working against you? When you approach obstacles with this mindset, something magical happens. Instead of dreading them, you begin to welcome them. You see them as opportunities for growth, as chances to prove your commitment to never giving in. Each challenge you overcome makes you stronger, more resilient, more capable of handling whatever comes next. Think about a time in your life when you persevered through a difficult situation. Remember how it felt when you finally broke through, when you achieved what you once thought was impossible. That feeling of triumph, of knowing you're capable of more than you ever imagined, that's what awaits you on the other side of never give in. I want to address something that often holds people back from fully committing to their dreams: the fear of failure. We live in a society that often equates failure with unworthiness, with a lack of talent or potential. But my friends, that couldn't be further from the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of profound growth is preceded by a series of failures. The key is to change your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing it as an endpoint, see it as feedback. Instead of letting it discourage you, let it inform you. When you adopt this perspective, failure loses its power over you. You no longer fear it because you understand that it is simply part of the process. You begin to see each failure as a stepping stone, bringing you one step closer to your ultimate goal. The only true failure is giving up. As long as you keep moving forward, as long as you refuse to give in, you haven't failed. You're simply in the process of succeeding. Start paying attention to your self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, gently but firmly redirect your thoughts. Replace "I cannot" with "how can I?" Replace "this is impossible" with "this is challenging, but I'm up for it." These small shifts in your thinking can lead to massive shifts in your actions and, ultimately, your results. Address another crucial element of never giving in: importance of your why. You see, perseverance becomes much easier when you're deeply connected to the reason behind your actions. When you have a compelling why, you can endure almost anyhow. I ask your goal important to you. Why are you unwilling to give in? Is it to create a better life for your family? To make a positive impact on the world? To prove to yourself that you're capable of greatness? Whatever your reason, connect with it deeply. Let it fuel you when times get tough. Visualize your why regularly. See yourself achieving your goal. Feel the emotion of that moment. Let that vision pull you forward when your motivation wanes, because make no mistake, there will be days when you do not feel motivated. That's when your commitment to never giving in, fueled by your powerful why, will carry you through. Remember, motivation is fleeting, but commitment is enduring. Do not rely on feeling motivated all the time. Instead, cultivate the discipline to take action regardless of how you feel. That's what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who merely wish for them. I want to touch on something vitally important: the power of community. While the decision to never give in is a personal one, the journey does not have to be, and shouldn't be, solitary. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who support your dreams, who lift you up when you're feeling down. Seek out mentors who have walked the path before you. Their wisdom can help you navigate challenges more effectively. Find peers who are on similar journeys. You can encourage each other, share resources, and celebrate each other's victories. At the same time, be willing to distance yourself from negative influences, people who constantly doubt you, who try to discourage you from pursuing your dreams. They may have good intentions, but their fear and limitations can hold you back if you let. Choose your circle wisely. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Make sure those people are aligned with your commitment to never give in, to constantly grow and evolve. Talk about another crucial aspect of never giving in: the power of incremental progress. Often, when we set big goals for ourselves, we can become overwhelmed by the magnitude of the task ahead. We look at the mountain we have to climb and think, how will I ever reach the top? The key is to break that big goal down into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of focusing on the entire mountain, focus on the next step in front of you. Celebrate each small victory along the way. Did you make a little progress today? That's worth acknowledging and being proud of. These small steps, these tiny victories, they add up over time. They create momentum. They build your confidence. Before you know it, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. Remember the saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time? The same principle applies to achieving your biggest dreams. Consistent, persistent action, no matter how small, will eventually lead to massive results. This approach also helps you stay motivated in the face of setbacks. When you're focused on small daily actions, a setback does not feel like a catastrophic failure. It is just a temporary obstacle, something to learn from and overcome as you continue moving forward. I want to address something that often holds people back from fully committing to never giving in: the fear of success. Yes, you heard that right. Many people are actually afraid of succeeding. This might seem counterintuitive, but it is a very real phenomenon. Success often means change, and change can be scary. Success might mean stepping into a new identity, taking on new responsibilities, facing new challenges. It might mean outgrowing certain relationships or leaving behind familiar, comfortable situations. If you find yourself self-sabotaging just as you're on the brink of a breakthrough, this might be what's going on. You might be unconsciously pulling back because success feels unfamiliar or threatening in some way. The key to overcoming this is to recognize it for what it is and to reframe your perception of success. Success is not about reaching a final destination where all your problems disappear. It is about growing, evolving, becoming more of who you're meant to be. It is about expanding your capacity to create, to contribute, to experience life fully. Embrace the idea that you are worthy of success, that you deserve to achieve your dreams, that the world needs what you have to offer. When you align yourself with this truth, you remove a major barrier to never giving about another powerful tool in your never-given arsenal. The practice of gratitude. Be wondering, what does gratitude have to do with perseverance? Everything, my friends. Gratitude is like a secret weapon that fortifies your resolve and energizes your spirit. When you practice gratitude regularly, you train your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life and your journey. This does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means acknowledging the good alongside the difficult, finding the silver linings in dark clouds. Start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big or small. A loving family, a roof over your head, the taste of your morning coffee. As you do this consistently, you'll notice a shift in your perspective. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable start to look more manageable. You begin to see opportunities where before you only saw problems. Gratitude also helps you maintain perspective when things get tough. It reminds you of how far you've come, of the resources and support you have, of the strengths you've developed along the way. This can be incredibly powerful when you're facing a moment of doubt or considering giving in. Moreover, gratitude attracts more good into your life. When you appreciate what you have, you open yourself up to receiving more. People are drawn to grateful individuals. Opportunities seem to multiply. It is as if the universe responds to your thankfulness by giving you more reasons to be thankful. Remember, forgiveness is not about condoning harmful actions or forgetting what happened. It is about choosing to release the negative emotions associated with those experiences so that they no longer have power over you. It is a gift you give yourself, one that makes the path of perseverance much easier to walk. Shift gears and talk about the importance of flexibility in your never-given journey. While unwavering commitment to your goals is crucial, it is equally important to remain flexible in your approach to achieving them. Life has a way of throwing curveballs. Circumstances change, new information comes to light, unexpected opportunities arise. The ability to adapt to these changes without losing sight of your ultimate goal is a hallmark of true resilience. Think of yourself as a tree. Your commitment to never giving in is your strong, deep roots. But your strategies, your methods, your day-to-day actions, these are your branches. They need to be flexible enough to bend with the winds of change without breaking. This flexibility allows you to take advantage of new opportunities that align with your goals. It helps you navigate around obstacles more effectively. It keeps you from getting stuck in unproductive patterns simply because regularly reassess your approach. Are your current methods still serving you? Is there a more efficient way to move towards your goal? Do not be afraid to experiment, to try new things. Remember, the only true failure is giving. Everything else is just feedback, helping you refine your path. Spend time each day vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals. See it, feel it, hear it. Engage all your senses in this mental rehearsal. What does success look like? How does it feel? What are people saying? This is not mere daydreaming. When you visualize with intensity and consistency, you're actually programming your subconscious mind for success. You're creating neural pathways that make your desired outcome feel more familiar, more achievable. Moreover, visualization helps you stay motivated when times get tough. When you have a clear, compelling vision of where you're heading, it is easier to push through obstacles. That vision becomes a beacon, guiding you forward even when the path is difficult. But do not just visualize the end result. Also, visualize yourself overcoming challenges, pushing through moments of doubt, choosing to never give in. This mental rehearsal builds your confidence and resilience, preparing you for the real-life tests of your commitment. Talk about the role of patience in your journey of never giving in. In our fast-paced, instant gratification world, patience can seem like an outdated virtue. But when it comes to achieving significant goals, patience is not just a virtue. It is a real, lasting change takes time. Personal growth does not happen overnight. Big dreams are not achieved in a day. When you understand and accept this, you free yourself from the frustration of unrealistic expectations. Patience does not mean passivity. It does not mean sitting back and waiting for things to happen. Rather, it means continuing to take consistent action towards your goals while understanding that results may not be immediately visible. Think of it like planting a tree. You do not plant the seed one day and expect to see a fully grown tree the next, but if you continue to nurture that seed, watering it, ensuring it gets sunlight, protecting it from harsh elements, eventually it will grow into a mighty tree. Your dreams are like that seed. Your consistent efforts, your refusal to give in, and that's the nurturing. Trust in the process. Have faith that your efforts are making a difference, even when you cannot see the results yet. The power of reframing challenges. The way you perceive difficulties has a profound impact on your ability to overcome them. When you encounter an obstacle, do you see it as a setback or do you see it as an opportunity for growth? Reframing is about consciously choosing to view situations in a way that empowers you rather than defeats you. It is about asking yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why is this happening to me? When you reframe challenges as opportunities, you shift from a victim mentality to a creator mentality. You move from feeling helpless to feeling empowered. This does not mean denying the reality of difficult situations. It means choosing to focus on what you can control and learn, rather than what you cannot. For example, if you face a setback in your career, instead of thinking, this is a disaster, you might reframe it as, this is an opportunity to reassess my path and potentially find a direction that's even better aligned with my true purpose. This skill of reframing takes practice, but it is incredibly powerful. It allows you to maintain your commitment to never giving in, even in the face of significant challenges. The power of your words. The language you use, both in your self-talk and your communication with others, has a profound impact on your ability to persevere. Words are not just descriptors of reality. They are creators of reality. When you say, I can not, you're not just describing your current state. You're reinforcing a belief that limits your potential. But when you say, I'm figuring it out, or I'm in the process of learning, you open yourself up to possibilities. Pay attention to your habitual phrases. Do you often say things like, that's impossible, or I'm not good at that? Challenge these statements, replace them with more empowering alternatives like, that's challenging, but I'm up for it, or I'm improving at that every day. This is not about denying reality or pretending things are easier than they are. It is about using language that empowers you to face challenges head-on, language that reinforces your commitment to never giving in. Also, be mindful of the questions you ask yourself. Questions direct your focus and shape your thinking. Instead of asking, why is this so hard? Ask, how can I make this easier? Instead of, what if I fail? Ask, how will I succeed? Remember, your subconscious mind is always listening. When you consistently use language that affirms your ability to persevere, you're programming your mind for success. The power of your environment in supporting your commitment to never give in. Your physical surroundings and the people you interact with regularly have a significant impact on your mindset and behavior. Create an environment that reinforces your goals and your commitment to perseverance. Surround yourself with visual reminders of what you're working towards. Keep books, quotes, or images that inspire you within easy. Organize your space in a way that makes it easier to take consistent action towards your goals. Remove or minimize things that distract you or tempt you to give in. Your social environment is equally important. Seek out relationships with people who support your dreams, who believe in your ability to persevere. Limit your exposure to negativity and doubt from others. Remember, you have more control over your environment than you might think. Make conscious choices about what and who you allow into your personal space. Create an environment that nurtures your resilience and reinforces your commitment to never giving in. The importance of self-awareness in your journey of never giving in. The better you understand yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your patterns of thought and behavior, the more effectively you can navigate challenges and stay committed to your goals. Practice regular self-reflection. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to review your actions, thoughts, and feelings. What went well? What could you improve? What patterns do you notice? Pay attention to your energy levels throughout the day. When do you feel most focused and productive? When do you tend to struggle? Use this information to structure your day in a way that maximizes your natural rhythms. Be honest with yourself about your weaknesses and blind spots. This is not about self-criticism, but about identifying areas for growth. The more aware you are of your limitations, the better you can develop strategies to work around them or improve them. Self-awareness also helps you recognize early warning signs when you're at risk of giving in. Maybe you notice that you start to doubt yourself more when you're tired, or that certain types of setbacks hit you particularly hard. When you're aware of these patterns, you can take proactive steps to address them before they derail your progress. The power of curiosity in maintaining your commitment to never give in. Curiosity, that innate desire to learn, to understand, to explore, is a powerful antidote to discouragement and a key driver of perseverance. When you approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear or frustration, you open yourself up to new possibilities. Instead of thinking, I cannot do this, you start asking, how can I figure this out? This shift in perspective can make all the difference in your ability to push through difficulties. Cultivate a curious mindset by asking questions constantly. Why did this happen? How does this work? What if I tried it this way? Embrace the attitude of a lifelong learner, always eager to gain new knowledge and skills. Curiosity also helps you stay engaged with your goals over the long term. When you're genuinely interested in the process, not just the outcome, you're more likely to enjoy the journey and less likely to give in when faced with obstacles. Moreover, curiosity can lead you to unexpected opportunities and solutions. By staying open and inquisitive, you might discover new paths to your goals that you never would have considered otherwise. The power of routine in supporting your commitment to never give in. While spontaneity and flexibility have their place, having a solid routine can provide the structure and consistency you need to keep moving forward, especially during challenging times. A well-designed routine reduces decision fatigue, conserving your mental energy for the important tasks that move you closer to your goals. It helps you build momentum through consistent daily actions, no matter how small. Start by identifying the key activities that are most crucial for your progress. Then schedule these activities into your day, giving them the same importance you would give to any other non-negotiable commitment. Your routine might include a morning ritual to set a positive tone for the day, specific time blocks for focused work on your goals, regular breaks for rest and rejuvenation, and an evening review to reflect on your progress and plan for the. Remember, the goal is not to create a rigid schedule that feels like a prison. It is to establish a framework that supports your commitment to never giving in, while still allowing for flexibility when needed. The concept of mental toughness and its role in perseverance. Mental toughness is that ability to push through discomfort, to stay focused and determined in the face of challenges, to bounce back from setbacks quickly. Like grit, mental toughness is not something you're born with or without.